Hey y'all, how's it going?
What's up, guys?
Hey, I'm in
Great,
the, I'm in the dark shadows.
great share tonight, Aaron.
Yeah, for real, Aaron, fire. If you guys weren't on the huddle call, Aaron came in and shared and what his takeaway was from Epic. And it's recorded, so I'm sure they'll post it, but it was fire and we'll get the real deal here in just a second. So yeah, you guys know a lot of us from the community went to Epic this weekend and it was incredible. We say that about every single event. I don't know if you guys can hear. I still can't talk right all the way. My voice is shot. But the event was incredible. It was my first Epic. I've been to a more event, but I've never been to an Epic. So for me, Epic is about possibilities, is about what your life could look like if you do the work and, on the mindset and everything that goes with it. So yeah, it was incredible. Justin is flying, or he would be here. He's on literally in the air right now. But there was a huge number of us here. Those of you that couldn't make it, we absolutely missed you. And definitely want to see you guys at more for sure. One of the big celebrations for the entire PNW community was that Washington was recognized as one of the rising star markets. We literally found out, or Justin literally found out a few minutes before we went into the dinner and had to pick quick, fast, and hurry 4 people to go across the stage to be recognized for the entire community. But Washington is on the map, you guys. They are definitely seeing us. And we know that a lot of the Oregon team has a lot to do with Washington as well. So, it's definitely a PNW award and something that we should all be very proud of. Other than that, let's get into it. Let's get into it. My biggest takeaway for me personally was there were so many, right? Like there's so many that you could pick from. My biggest takeaway, I think the one that resonates with me the most is that I'm playing too small. Brian Underwood, and it always comes up around conversations around Jessie Lee. How she came in and disrupted the market, disrupted what everything was approved in the beginning, and kind of did things her own way, and just blew the roof off this sucker. In that conversation, Brian was talking about how she was unapologetically her. She didn't worry about if feelings were being hurt or whatever. She learned throughout her process that there was a better way to do it, obviously, but she ran her business the way that she saw fit. For me personally, that resonated just because I know I've been playing small in fear of overstepping people or hurting feelings or whatever the case may be. So my takeaway in that is that I won't play small anymore. That I will go in 100% and do what I need to do to make sure that, I'm working my business and building my self-development and self-belief and all the things that I need to do to take care of me so that everything else will fall in line. And that's, like I said, that's just one of many. We had JM3, we had Jamie Kern Lima. If you guys have not listened to her, she's freaking incredible. I didn't even get to hear all of her, but from what everybody is saying, that she was just like, we're talking about like JM3 level type stuff. Like she had people, having serious breakthroughs. So if you haven't had the chance to listen to her speak, I definitely encourage you to do that. And she's got a new book coming out called Worthy. Her saying was, you don't rise to your level I don't even know the exact quote. You don't rise, Aaron, help me. You don't rise to your level of, you fall to the level of your self-worth. You don't rise to the occasion, you fall to the level of your self-worth. Like when you break that statement down, like, come on, you guys, that is fire right there. So you don't rise to the occasion or rise to where you think you're worthy. You fall to your level of self-worth. So that's a couple of my takeaways. I know Aaron had some incredible takeaways as well. Aaron, you want to hit those?
Hey, what's up, everybody? A little exhausted from this weekend, but it was well worth it. My friend Tabatha is still there in Texas. I'm home. Got here at noon today. Just been exhausted, but like I said, well worth it. It was my very first Epic, and I had shared on the huddle call that at more, when they talk about playing full out, and JM3 does his series about connecting with your inner child. When I went to more, I was not willing to do that. I wasn't ready to deal with that. And so I came into this event willing to play full out. And one of the situations was they told us to switch seats and go sit next to people that you don't know. And I played full out, and I didn't stick in my comfort zone and go sit with the people that I knew. And I sat next to this gentleman, solar gentleman, who turns out to be a rank 8. Somebody that you wouldn't even expect would be a rank 8, but amazing dude. But the exercise was, we had to turn to our neighbor and look them in the eyes. And at first I kept making eye contact, looking away, laughing, and I just could not do it. And I've always struggled with accepting love, because this is what this exercise was all about. I think I give a lot of love, but for me to accept it, that's difficult for me. Love and praise and all that. So, but by the end of the third time that he had us do it, I was able to fully look into the guy's eyes and give him love and receive the love that he was sending back. And that was pretty huge. And then another one was Jamie Kermaline. Everybody's screwing up her name, but I think that's it.
Jamie Kern Lima, people. Jamie Kern Lima.
She's got an amazing story. She's built a business from scratch. She kept getting no's after no's after no's and no's. And she ended up turning a successful makeup business into selling it for $1.8 billion. And she did this exercise where she had us close our eyes and put our hand on our heart and then forgive ourselves, reach in and truly forgive ourselves. And my body said play full out, and I just lost it. And had some major breakthroughs there. And it's these events, I'm telling you, were like no other. When I went to my first event, I had an expectation of they were going to teach me how to sell ketones. And now that I've been to several events, it's what I love about Prove It, is that very little of it is about the business. It's about changing who we are as a person, changing the way we think, because if we can't help ourselves, we can't help other people. And the whole point of this business is to help other people and to give back. And so I think it's really important, if you haven't been to an event, that you need to go and experience it and play full out and allow yourself grace, and to allow openness and willingness. So that's what I truly got from it. And I love, all the love that you receive from everybody. It doesn't matter. We're all there for a common purpose. And I just love it. So, yes.
You definitely, like Aaron said, you definitely could feel the love in the room. There was a different vibe. At least the only other big event I've been to is more in the Vegas playbook. But there definitely was a different vibe in the room. It was definitely more heartfelt and more genuine, I think, than any of those other two events that I went to. So there, it encouraged you to play full out. It definitely encouraged you to reach in deep and do the work while you were there in that space with other people. And they mixed us up a lot. Like, they definitely mixed us up, I feel like, more at this event than they did at more in Kentucky, where we had to get up and switch seats and move around and do that kind of thing. There definitely was that. There was, we've had conversations with a few people that were here. We sat around and had pizza last night after everything was over. But there was just now in the huddle call, and this was something that Jamie Kern-Lima said that I completely forgot about until somebody else mentioned it. And I'm just going to say the statement that she made. And when she said it, it hit me really hard. When it was repeated on the Zoom just now, it hit me really hard again. And the statement is, remember your why, fly, girl, fly. Yep, Noelle, I knew that was going to smack you across the face.
Right. That's crazy.
Not to call you out, love, I knew, but I knew that would get, yeah. So, it comes down to that. She gave us 5 different action steps to be successful in business. And I took notes on them. One was, number 1 was, what do you want? Number 2 is, why do you want it? Number 3 is take massive action. Number 4 is belief. Believe in your why. Believe in what it's, why you want it. And number 5 is, know that you're worthy. You're worthy of getting it, that you're worthy of receiving it. And then that's when that, remember the why, fly girl, fly, or fly boy, fly, for you guys that want to, for the boys that want to be included, Dwayne, James, Aaron, Frank, all of you guys. That's huge, you guys. Like, that's huge. I think it's easy for us to all get caught up in life and work and kids and whatever lifey. We all know life gets lifey. But when it comes right down to it, remember the why. Remember what you're doing. Remember why you're doing it and what you're doing it for.
Something else she talked about was hiding in plain sight. You want to elaborate a little bit more on that?
Yeah. I had, and Teresa, I don't think is on the phone call. But Tina is on the call, and Tina and I had a conversation about this too. Hiding in plain sight. So at some point in our lives, we've all been guilty of it, where you just kind of sit in the background and you hide in plain sight, and you want to jump in and you want to help everybody, but you don't want to step up and be the one that gets recognized, and you don't want to step up and be the one that does the things, because God forbid something go wrong, you'll be the one that it falls on or that is called out. And no, Noelle, ma'am. I mean, if it resonates, it resonates. I'm just saying. But, hiding in plain sight. And I think a lot of us, especially, and I think this goes with people that have that caregiver mindset. If, you get so busy taking care of everyone else around you, or your kids, or your friends, or your whoever, you get so busy taking care of everyone else around you that you forget to take care of you. So you just start doing the bare minimum to get through, and you start surviving the day instead of thriving and living in the day. So if you're hiding in plain sight, it's time to step out into the light. It is time to step into your power and step into who you are supposed to be and ride the wheels off that sucker. You know what I mean? So Ashley says, y'all, I'm reading the chat too. If we're just going to call each other out, let's just do it. Ashley says, I'm guilty of that. I'm ready to step out. Yes, sister. Yes. You and I have had that conversation. So, the hiding in plain sight, that's safe. That's the safe space to be, right? But it's also the very quiet little place that makes you feel this big. It makes you feel like your voice and your thoughts and your opinions and your self-worth don't matter. So if you're in that hiding in plain sight, if you're in that quiet little place, it's time to lock arms with somebody, whoever that is for you, or all of us, and step out into the light. It's time to be who you were meant to be and stop surviving the day and start thriving. You guys know I'll cry at the drop of a hat. Like we'll go deep into this. Like it's, we're all capable of more than what we're doing. We're all capable of better. We're all capable of helping someone else in the servant leadership. There's no reason why not a single one of us should not be walking across the stage, accepting those rewards, accepting the accolades, accepting the recognition, and being freaking worthy of it, and not worrying about what it took to get there or who's going to be upset. Nobody's upset. We're all cheering for you. We're all cheering for each other. Like, that's what it's about. That's what it comes down to. So, Aaron, go, because I'll, go down this rabbit. I know that's what you want, Aaron. I see your face.
No, I love that. And, to elaborate on that is that everybody has struggles and self-doubt. It's just a matter of what we do with that. And like Tabatha talked about yesterday when we were having our team huddle afterward, is that you got to step into that. You got to face that fear and, grow as an individual. And I would love to open it up to people that attended more or Epik to share some of their takeaways. If you can raise your virtual hand, and I'll send a request to have you unmute yourself.
I'm so excited, y'all. I cannot wait to hear what y'all have to say. I've talked to some of y'all, but I'm so pumped for this.
Can you hear me? Okay. Gosh, there was so much. First of all, I just have to say that getting to know you guys better, everybody that was there, was probably one of my favorite parts, and I'm going to cry. Betty,
We love
stepping
you.
out of your own, getting out of your own way, and not hiding the shadows, and not hiding in plain sight was huge for me, because that's what I've done my whole life. And that's kind of what I've been doing throughout this business, and not letting my light shine and standing back so that others could shine. And and that just that was huge. Not feeling like I was worthy, like you and I, Tabitha, were talking about, worrying about bothering our upline or people because we didn't feel like we were doing enough to be worthy of their time and their mentorship. That's really held me back. And I have the word worthy written all over my book. I just realized it. I didn't even realize I was writing it down so much. I mean, I have it probably 10 times all over my book, and when we had to put our hand or close our eyes, and while the song "Don't Give Up on Me" played, and we are supposed to be speaking to our soul, as soon as I closed my eyes and that song was playing, I saw myself standing in my bedroom in front of my mirror. And I mean, I literally felt like I was right there in my room looking at myself in the mirror, just seeing my reflection and singing that song and saying those words to myself. So that was just something that was really huge. And the other thing, on a little bit different aspect, when Joseph McClendon was talking about, when you see where you want to go, you can, like he said, you can go, I'm going to drive from Washington to New York. Okay, but there's no specific destination. So you don't know where you're going to end up, where you're going. Have a specific destination in mind, so you know exactly what you want and where you want to go. And what Jamie also said is, you don't get what you want, you get what you are worthy of, what you feel you're worthy of. And so just know your worth, and know and believe that it's possible. Whatever you want is absolutely possible, and let your light shine and step into that, and know that you're worthy of everything that you want and everything you deserve.
That's awesome, Tina.
Amazing. Thank you, Tina.
You're welcome.
Next, we got Kaylee Kell.
So I had a few breakthroughs this weekend. I showed up just to make sure that I was here and present. I didn't think I was going to get as much out of it as I truly did. And to see my name up on that board for new MVP, and my mom's name was right next to mine, it was huge. Yeah, and my biggest breakthrough is really learning to tell my story. For me, it's not all about the weight loss, and I'm learning to get to where I need to be to really explain all the things that I'm getting through. Just in general, my biggest breakthrough was definitely when we had to put our hands on our heart and that song came on. But that was the hardest part for me as well, because here I was surrounded by people I didn't know. And I think I was in a bad spot, because there I was, tears rolling down my face. And well, I felt broken, and it was unfortunate at the time because the gals I sat next to, neither one of them, I don't think, cared that I was broken. And I remember putting everything in my backpack because I was just going to walk out because I was alone. And that was hard for me. But at the same time, I didn't walk out of that room. And I knew I wasn't alone, even though I felt alone. And it's helping me realize that I can fix the broken. And that was the biggest thing. I already have my tickets for more because I need that breakthrough.
I'm so proud
And
of you.
if you go to Texas, you got to go to Buc-ee's. So everybody get on my Facebook, because I went to Buc-ee's.
I'm dead.
Thank you. That's so awesome.
Thank you, Kaylee. Next up, we got Marcy.
Of course, I love Joseph McClendon, and sometimes it's the same message, but he just reiterated it a little bit differently. And so I can appreciate that. But I really got a lot out of Master Co. with the energy and the open, cross your arms, you're blocking negative, you're not receiving anything when you sit there with your arms crossed. You're blocking yourself from anything. And when you open up your arms, you're receiving that energy and love. And of course, this weekend was a tough blow for me, of course. And I'm not going to go there because I'll cry, and then Tabatha will cry and we'll cry.
It's all
So I'm not
process,
going to
y'all.
do it. Not going to do it. But, I talk a lot because I am very alone, and Tabatha and I have talked about this, but I couldn't have been in a better place this weekend with you guys. And that was a huge takeaway for my heart. And I appreciate that so much.
We love
So,
you, Marcy.
and I just have to say it, but my copy came today in my Amazon mail, y'all. I'm not
fast.
playing. I am not playing around. So,
Heck yeah.
I'm gonna get that read, and I'll be happy to pass on the love when I'm done. So I'm just
Absolutely.
thank you again, you guys. I couldn't have been there. I wasn't alone. Kaylee spoke like she felt alone. In one of my darkest moments, I was not alone. So I love you guys for that.
We love you, Marcy.
Love you too, Marcy. Thank you.
Next up, Big Daddy Dwayne.
Hi, everyone. Hey, it's good to be on here. This was my third event. I went to Vegas. I went to more for the first time. This is my first Epik. And I had reservations about going, and along with another person in our group. But we got together and decided to go and experience it. And it would have been a mistake if I wouldn't have went. There are a lot of things that I got out of this. One of it is how big the Prove It family is. We don't know anybody. We may seem like we go in lonely, because I certainly do, because I go by myself. So I know what Marcy's feeling about. But when we get there, there's all this love with all these people. And you get to meet different people. As an example, the dinner, we were all trying to sit together. Well, we came in late and we all ended up getting split up. And, for me, that was a blessing in disguise, because I sat at a table with 3 other couples and I didn't know who they were, but conversation started. And one couple was from Colorado, one couple was from Wisconsin, and another couple was from, I think, California. And we got to know each other. So, but it helps me grow by doing this. And that's one of the biggest things that I took off of this, was learning how to grow. I stepped out of my element to join Prove It, to get into this community. And then I took another step by going to Epik. And it was awesome. But for me, the real bonus was coming home. And my flights, when I fly out, I fly on standby. So I was supposed to go on a certain flight at 5:30. When I got to the airport, my flight was booked solid. So there was no standby seats available. I was eating lunch at this barbecue place at the airport, and I noticed this gal sitting over there. She had a Prove It shirt on. And there was another gal, and you know her, Tabatha. She had the Washington sweatshirt on, and she was with you in the exercises in the morning.
Brindle.
Brenda, yes. And they were sitting there, and I was done eating, and I happened to walk by them, and I asked them how they liked Epik, and we talked about it and where they were from, and got to meet 2 more new people, and was telling them I was on standby and that my flight was full. And she says, well, our flight to Portland has 3 open seats on it. And I got a hold of my son, who works for Horizon, and he said, sure enough, there's 3 open seats. So I was able to get on that. But I would have never have met those people if it wasn't for the community, So, but that was just the beginning of my journey, because when I got on the plane, on standby, I had a middle seat. So I had a captive audience. I had a captive person on my right, and a captive person on my left. And it was an older gentleman that had the window seat. And we got to chatting, and find out he was a pilot. My son wanted to be a pilot too, but he had some medical issues. So we started talking about that, but then we got into ketosis. And this man knew a lot more than I did about ketosis and keto diets. And boy, I just slipped right on in and started selling my ketones. And I was able to sell him a trial pack. And he took my email address because he wants to order it for his dad. And we sat there for an hour and a half on the flight. That's all we talked about. And my adrenaline was just flowing, man. But if it wasn't for Epik and the tools they've taught me and what I heard there and how to enhance myself, I wouldn't have been able to do this. And then we got to Portland, and I had to switch planes to fly up to Seattle. And they're a little two-seaters, so I had another captive audience next to me. And got talking with this lady, and I was just, I don't know, I was probably just juiced from the flight before, and I explained the whole ketones to her. She was really interested, but wasn't ready at this time. I said, that's fine. I appreciate you listening to it. So my best take wasn't only at Epik, but it was the flight home. And it was amazing. And then Amanda sent me, what was he call it? Jesse Lee's sales pitch. And she just sent it to me. She knew I was struggling with sales. And wow, what so much information there, what I was doing wrong and need to do was just phenomenal. And I'm so excited to do it. So what it really did was jack me up more to get going more on my business now. And instead of sit in silence and being that person to show up but not say anything. So and I bought my ticket for more today. So I'm on board with everybody else. That's a great discount to get it now. And I wanted to do it now before later. So it was great to see everybody. I love everybody. And I end up having a great time. And I just can't wait for the next event. So thank you all. I love y'all.
That's amazing, Dwayne. Thank you for that. And you know, that's the good thing about these events is they get us into action, that we go out and do the work. And you know, and also along the lines of the table, I was guilty of it too, is that I'm comfortable sitting with my people. And when they said, you know, no saving seats, or you know, it's a great opportunity to be able to get out of your comfort zone and meet new people. So I get why they do that. So they need to continue doing it, actually.
Dwayne, you're a freaking stud. I'm so proud of you, dude. So proud of you. That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay. Next we got Jessica.
Oh boy, I thought you guys were gonna like run out of time and I was gonna get missed.
We're here for the long haul, sister.
So I normally don't talk on these Zooms. I normally will mute the video because I get nervous. So so I feel that Epik has actually been a good thing because I'm willing to do this.
Absolutely.
So well, first of all, my first takeaway was when JB3, he talked about looking at people, not necessarily verbalizing it, but looking at people, random people when you're walking around and showing them love. You know, just pouring love into them and how it will change a person's life. They may not understand why, but not only does it change their life, but it will also brighten your life. And I've typically, I don't know if it's because I was raised in Seattle, I tend to always kind of have a bitch face on when I walk around, right? And it's because I don't want people to approach me, right? And I realize that I'm, even though I may be wearing the Prove It swag and I've got my shaker bottle and all the rest of it, I can be at times unapproachable. And so that was probably one of the biggest takeaways. And I practiced it on, what was it, Saturday morning? And 4 or 5 people came up to me and said, you look so beautiful today. You have such a nice smile. And I was like, whoa, this stuff really works. Right. And that was a big takeaway. And then also I also resonated with is it JB or JK
Kim.
Lima? Yeah, her.
Yeah.
When she said hidden in plain sight, because that kind of resonates. But I wrote down something that I thought was really important. She said rejection is God's protection. That basically he is saying, I hid your value from them. And I took that as, I have a lot of self-doubt, and I know many of you have had this experience where people will just say, oh, I'm not into that stuff, or I'm not into MLMs, or that's not for me, and oh, it's a scam or whatever. And I would personally take it as like, you're rejecting me as a person, not necessarily you're rejecting ketones, but you're also rejecting me. And now I've kind of realized that I need to not take things so personally, and that it's just they're not ready. And all I need to say is, okay, well, if you're not ready, message me when you are, and move on. Don't let the self-doubt stew in your head, because then it stops you from calling that next person. And even if you have to, she said, I think she was saying that she passed out samples and samples and samples and samples of her makeup. And she even went to get loans, and she went to 22 banks and they all rejected her. But that didn't stop her. She just kept going. And I think that is really important for all of us, is just keep going and be your authentic self and love on people. I think if us as a community, we bind ourselves together, don't worry about whose team is on, who's on whose team and all the rest of it. Because you know what? Washington was on that list for a reason. And the reason, and if you can imagine, if we all truly banded together, how strong Keto Boom will be, right?
Amen. Amen.
So that's my takeaway.
Thank you, Jessica.
No problem.
Listen, I know you had doubts about coming because of your situation back at home or whatever.
Right.
We're so glad you came. We're so glad that we got to know you.
Thank you.
We had a blast today. Like, today was phenomenal.
I know.
So just know,
Buc-ee's.
I know. Even Jason just said it, Buc-ee's. So yeah. Yeah, thank you for coming, and we appreciate it for sure.
Yeah.
All right, James Rowland. No tears.
Hey, good evening, everybody. What I picked up right off the bat from our CEO of the company, when he made the theme, peace, love, and harmony. And when he said that, but if we just go out and spread that, we're making a big change in the world. And we're doing that in 22 countries besides the United States right now. Spreading the love through a drink that's salt, making people healthy, putting money in people's pockets, you're making them feel comfortable in the community, around other people. And to me, seeing that being displayed by so many people all weekend. I mean, when this thing come up, everybody here has talked about building the love, sharing the love. You know, that's a big part of my needs, to be feel wanted, right? That came in a big way this weekend, because we all know, you know, when you're young, you want to be loved by your parents. You want to be told as you're growing up and learning stuff, but through them and through school, that you're doing okay, that they appreciate and love you. And when you don't hear that from your parents, man, it hurts. And then when you get to be my age and you got kids, you want to hear your kids tell you that they are proud of you, right? Man, I was a screw up, man, you know, years ago, you know, drunk, take care of the responsibilities for my kids. But, you know, that's past. And, you know, a lot of that changes through my sobriety 7 years ago. But when I started coming and drinking ketones and doing all the stuff and getting into it, you know, my son, you know, he was kind of skeptical. My daughter-in-law, she went with it. My son, he was kind of skeptical. And to hear him, well, to see him text me why my first day there at Prove It, telling me how proud he was after he seen me go through and wear my funny little wrestling uniform, right? I mean, I did that, man, because I was proud of him and the changes that came by me being welcomed back to the community through wrestling. And so when I got a text from him and Prove It that he told me that he loved me and he's proud of me and he says, keep going for it. Man, I broke down in tears. That hit hard. That hit hard. You know, that. And then, you know, later on, I found out that I didn't need all that. That was going to hold me back, man, to go out and find out and to be myself, just because I wanted to have validity, but I wanted to be other people's approval, you know. I didn't just about anything I did. I've always been a leader. I've never sat back in the Navy and in my life, man. I mean, when my dad got divorced from my mom, and it was hard, man. I was the man of the house. My mom used to call me Master Roland, man, and I had to live up to my dad's expectations through my mom and my sisters. Crying was not allowed, man. Not around my mom, not around my kids, not in the house, period. Today, man, and I'm emotional. I had to pray to the out more. This is me. I'm authentic, man. I got Billy. I love every one of you guys. I appreciate you guys letting me be me, right? And be part of. I thank you guys so much for that, man. And that showing all that love and peace and harmony, man, this weekend, man, is what I needed. It's my big event in 2 years being in the program. You know, I needed this. And could I afford it? Not at the time. Could I afford it after it's all done? Hell yeah. How can I afford not to? I'm going ready to go to more. How am I going to do that? I'm getting rid of some of my fishing gear. I got some stuff that I haven't used. That's how I'm going. I'm giving up one of my hobbies. I heard I need to do that once in a while, right? Make this community and the business. If I'm going to go all in, you know, sometimes your hobbies have to be on the side burner for a little bit, right? Still good to have. Just don't have to go 100% on that, man. I got other aspects of my life that's important to me. And if I decide I'm going to go promotion, which I think I'm going to probably do, you know, I could probably get my own fishing gear and stuff more, right? I can pay for these trips instead of worrying about it, right? So it just shows me, man, there's all kinds of opportunity out there, and that's only because I see what you guys are doing, and I can do it too. I know I can. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, James. That was, listen, that we love you to death. You know that. And I know how hard that message from your son hit you. And thank you for sharing that with us, you know. So, yeah, it was incredible, you guys. There is a virtual playbook coming up on January 20th. Tickets, we don't know when tickets are coming. They are coming. It will be a virtual. So, you can tune in from wherever you are. A couple of us have even discussed having a big get together and doing it all together like we've done other virtual events. So we'll keep everybody in the loop as far as that goes. More is April 26th through the 28th. Tickets are on sale right now for $167. You know it, Aunt Terry. You already know, sister. Party time. Tickets for more are $167 discounted right now. They will not be any cheaper than what they are right now. If I can encourage you guys to do anything, get your ticket. We will figure everything else out as it comes along. These events are so important and so life-changing. Whether you're a promoter, a customer, whatever, a person, period. These are not just to help you in your business, but these events help you in your everyday life in becoming a better, more healthy, mentally stronger, whatever you're looking for, these events help you get there. And you're not by yourself. You are in a community of people that will ride or die for you. So I encourage everybody to get your tickets. I have mine. I have Jason's. I have my mom Lisa's ticket already. I know a few of us have tickets. So if you need help with that, please let somebody know. Reach out. Let us know. Let's get tickets. Let's have the entire community there. And let's blow the roof off that sucker. I mean, that's what we're here for, you guys. Aaron?
Yeah, I meant to follow up what Tab said about get your ticket. I meant do what you got to do. I mean, it's a life-changing experience, whether you want it for your business or you just want it to become a better version of yourself. I meant just do it. I meant last year's More was amazing. It was my first one. You got to do it. So I meant this Zoom has actually been pretty amazing, I have to say.
Yeah.
I'd have to
This
say
is a banger, you guys. This one is a banger for sure.
And just to let you all know, it's being recorded and it will be on YouTube and then probably the Keto Boom. But I know people don't like to be vulnerable, but I highly suggest that if you don't want what you said put out there, let me know and I'll remove it while I'm editing the video. But I strongly encourage you to leave it in there so other people can feel what you felt. And, it's an opportunity to save other people's lives. So.
Oh,
again,
one other question too. How many people, if you guys want to just throw your hands up or drop it in the chat or whatever, did people tune in? Were you guys able to tune in virtually? This was the first year that they did that. Yeah, I knew Noel did. Okay, Frank. Yep. Okay, cool. Good. Did you guys get some takeaways that you want to share?
Okay, so I've listened to Jamie twice on Ed Milet. So we were having trouble with the virtual stuff because we were out doing some DoorDash and everything yesterday, and it just kept going in and out, spotty service and all that. But my takeaway necessarily wasn't from that yesterday. It was from Mandy Mitchell this evening talking about your why. Here I go. I'm trying to drive, but I'm about to cry.
Please don't listen. Safety first, friend.
So I honestly can't speak for my wife, but for me personally, I'm trying to rediscover my why. Like, our whys right now, like part of our why is in the car with us as we're doing some work. But like Mandy Mitchell this evening, she's like, I've helped my why. So what am I doing? What is my new why? I really feel in the last like year, since we've hit our rank 6, like I've struggled, like we've hit our goals, we've hit our whys for a lot of stuff in our business. And what's our new why? What's my new why? And I've been trying to figure that out. And that hit me pretty deep when Mandy said that today on the Zoom this evening. It's definitely one thing I've been struggling with a lot lately is trying to find, besides my whys that I have in the back, trying to find my new goals, my new whys, of why I'm doing this, why I'm here, why I keep showing up. I've never showed up to something so much in my life, to be honest with you, and it's been absolutely incredible, to be honest. And I'll never stop showing up. I can't wait for more. I'm pretty sure they announced one of the speakers that's going to be there, and it is definitely my most favorite person ever in the world, Ed Milet. I'm stoked for that. And more happens my birthday week.
Yeah, party.
So yeah, more is the 26th to the 28th. My birthday is the 29th. So we're definitely going to that. I've had a goal to actually meet Ed Milet, or at least be able to sit in front of him live to listen to him, because I listen to all his stuff. I resonate so much and so well with him because of his story and how he grew up. Is how our children have been growing up so far. And now that we're starting to change, it's the same thing with his family dynamic. So I'm super stoked about it. Sorry, I rambled a little bit. And I'm in the dark. We're driving around. So, but I appreciate you guys. Much love to everybody. Yeah, just always remember, once you hit a why, set your mind to your next why. It's not necessarily a goal, but it's your next why.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you, Frank. That's awesome. Yeah, as soon as we heard Ed Milet, I instantly thought of you. Instantly. So yeah. All right, Noelle, let's go, sister. We got you, boo.
Okay. Talk about hidden in plain sight. Most of you know I've been the mastermind behind all the graphics and everything because I really don't like public speaking. You guys can't hear my heart, but it is pounding because this makes me nervous as hell. I can do social media, but I don't do public speaking. One thing I do want to share, first of all, thank you everybody last night that sent me the video saying thank you, Noelle. I don't do it for the thanks or praise. I do it to keep busy and to be of service to others. Most of you know I'm having a very difficult time personally. And so right now my emotions are really bubbling under the surface, so I apologize. I had felt alone for a while, so I relate to Kaylee Kell. I really feel like a burden, and I feel like it's hard to talk to other people because I don't want to bring them down to where I am emotionally. I really was telling myself I wouldn't get FOMO this time while you guys were at Epik, but I sure as hell did. But without Prove It, without the community, Bible, I would not be here. And you guys have really really given me the courage to step out of my comfort zone even right now. And just, you guys pour into me all the time and tell me I'm worthy, and I still I can fake it on social media all day long, but I really don't feel my worth. I don't feel confident. I fake it to make it, and I know that's kind of been knocking me down, and I know I really need to just make the commitment to buy my ticket and go to more. I don't know how the heck I'm gonna afford that, but listening to James, I have a lot of hobbies. And as he was speaking, I was looking around at things that I could sell. So all of you can hold me accountable. I'm gonna be at more. I don't know how I'm gonna get there, but I'm gonna be there. If I have to hitchhike, if I have to drive, I'm gonna be there because I need all of you. I do.
We
It's
love
just,
you, love.
We love you, honey.
I
And
love you.
super, super proud of you. Not everybody knows how hard this is for you. I do. And I'm super, super proud of you. And I love you to pieces. And we got you. Every step of the way, we got you.
Thank you. Can you unmute me now?
All right, Sarah, you're up, sister.
Love you, Noelle. This is such an amazing community. I'm so sad that I didn't go. I went last year, and that was my very first event, and it was awesome. But I definitely am gonna go to more. I think last year was like the beginning stages of my business, and so I don't know. It was a great event, but I feel like I got more out of more when I heard Joseph McClendon and did that activity where he took us back to our younger self at like, and I saw my younger self like age 5, and I got to like forgive her, and that was incredible. So if you guys did anything like that there, which it sounds like you had something similar, that's awesome. I love playing full out like that. Because at that event, I didn't realize that I had some like my younger self to take care of more, like forgiveness and all that. And like, wow, I have a lot of work to do, and I'm in recovery and I've done a lot of work, but it doesn't mean that it's over. And yeah, I'm gonna go to more for sure. And thank you guys for having these Zooms every Monday. I love them. I was available on Sunday. I like woke up at 8 and I saw this text that said, you can join live at the event. And I'm like, yes, I'm gonna get on, And so to hear Jamie Kern Lima speak, I took notes on my phone actually, because I was like trying to work out too. But just the things that she says is every one of us is born with greatness. And then the 5 things she said, about needing clarity, know your why, take action, do the work, belief is possible. And the difference maker, believe you are worthy, gives you the self-confidence, and turn down that doubting mind. I hear these things a lot. And, but actually I like what Frank said, like revisiting your why. Like my why is for my kids too. But I need to, maybe go a little bit deeper than that. And I think that what would be cool is with the new year, maybe we should get together and do like a vision board thing for this new year coming up. I've not done one of those ever. So that would be really cool. That would be amazing because she also said,
Speaking of that, we have one scheduled coming up. I forget the date. Tabatha, help me out.
It's December 30th at the Riding Club with Ken and Teresa Baines, and it's for adults, and it's superhero themed. So wear your superhero costumes, whatever that looks like. I'm sure I'll be like a flaming jalapeno or something, crazy, something like that. So yeah, or yourself, whatever you want, like just come. Let's cast the visions and let's find our whys. So December 30th, we have a flyer. Noelle will drop it for all of us so we can see it again. And of course, it's amazing. She's magic. We all know that. And there's some other little stuff that's coming too, and we'll keep you guys posted on that as well. Go ahead, Sarah. We didn't want to cut you off. Go ahead and finish, and I'll drop the rest of the stuff after.
Oh, okay. Well, that was about it. Just what Noah said, like, are you hiding your life in plain sight and fully stepping out into the person that you're meant to be? Live life full out, because we really are only given this one life, right? And we're on this journey to get better. And I think I've been struggling a little bit in my business and kind of just feeling like I'm sticking in it. Like, I don't want to give up, but I get down at times, and I guess for me, I probably need to reach out more and talk with you guys about it. So that's all. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Sarah. That was awesome. Yeah, we'll make sure everybody gets the details for that. There's also on the 17th, it is Danny Martin's going away party at the Meridian Riding Club as well, but it is also a toy drive, you guys. Marcy is trying to make sure that we're doing at least one event a month where we're giving back to our local community. Last month we did the dance and did the food drive. This month it is going to be a toy drive so we can get these kids some toys for Christmas. So bring an wrapped or unwrapped, Marcy? Unwrapped. Bring an unwrapped toy to donate, and come and say goodbye to Danny Martin, because he thinks for whatever reason Missouri is better. Whatever. But come and say your goodbyes, and let's all love on each other for a little while. And last but not least, one of my faves, little firecracker, Tammy Ann. Yes, you are now. We hear you loud and clear.
Okay. So I've lost my voice a little too. What I'm taking away, I almost didn't go because my friend got in a wreck, and that's still dealing with that. But I had a cat pass away, and I still have one left that I was concerned about. But I made it, and I did it, and I lost my luggage along the way, but they gave it back. I found it when I got back. But my biggest takeaway, I have to say, was the confirmation that being who I am is pretty awesome. And I am proud of myself. Last year, this time was pretty hard. But I did it. I still stayed in the business, wasn't a promoter yet, and decided April 15th to do it. But I did all of this for me, and getting to see all of you guys. I didn't get to see everybody, but I did get to see a lot of people that I already knew and people I didn't know. Even in the TSA line, standing and talking to people, I got to sell trial packs. Got to talk to a lady about God and who I was and who I am actually, and about drinking, the ketones. How to be. They just kept asking me, how can I be so nice to everything? And I don't know. I don't know how not to be. It's just who I am, I guess. But the looking in the eye part, I can't wait to see what Aaron's eyes look like after this. That's all. I read eyes. I feel like that's just some gift I have. And I don't like it sometimes, but it works. And I think that I just, that love, I must just look at them and not say nothing, and they already got the love. And I'm not sure how that works, but it works. And it's pretty awesome. You guys were unreal. Got to share with the Crockett's and James. I cried. It was awesome. I thank you guys.
Tammy, we just love you to death. You know, I'd put you in my pocket and take you with me anywhere, sister. I just love you to pieces. Tammy, listen, for you guys that don't know, Tammy had a hell of a trip here. Her luggage was lost. It was the day of the gala. Luckily, she had her dress and her boots. I had makeup. I had a flat iron. I had hairspray. We got Tammy dressed. Tammy showed up. Tammy went to the gala. It was incredible. So, yeah. Oh, Jason said Tammy looked fantastic. So, yes, we even did her eyebrows with a lip liner pencil, you guys, because that's the only brown thing I had that would match. This is what we do. Like, this is who we are. This is what we do. This is who this community is, and this is what we do. So just keep showing up, you guys. We love on each other. We're here for each other. And, you know, let's figure it out. Get tickets, come to the events, show up for each other, you know, love on each other. That's what we're here for. Okay. Aaron, you want to close us out?
I ain't got nothing to say. It was amazing.
We love each and every one of you for showing up and supporting us every week. If you guys have topics or anything that you want to touch on specifically, let us know. We definitely, this type of Zoom where it's more interactive and we give everybody the chance to speak is fire. There's nothing better than this. So hit us up, let us know. Noelle will definitely get the graphics made for us. And yeah, let's keep rocking and rolling. Don't lose the steam, you guys. Keep pushing. Okay. Reach out if you need anything. I love each and every one of you. And yeah, we're here. Have a good night.